Hello, and today I will be programming Symbos again. It is the Z80 operating system, multitasking, graphical, 16 color, because I have an Amstrad. It's over there still. The monitor's in my car, I have to bring it in. But I was reading the manual today more because, surprisingly, if you read the manual, then obviously you understand things a little bit better. And there's some things that I just have not done that I need to do. So basically where we left off was I had a window made that I wanted to basically add a toolbar to it, a menu bar to. Well, here's a few things. One thing, so you have your window struct, but there's actually a bunch of flags that you need to do. So state normal, but then the short flag. So basically, I need to add some flags because I didn't have any menu bar flags. As a toolbar, status. So basically, I want menu bar and status and tool. So let's say I have title. I want when toolbar, when menu, when status. I want all of those to show. And then another interesting thing to know is that you have your control struct, your control group, but notice how it has a bit that says address of first controls data. That's because you also need to have the total number of controls in your control group. So if I look at my control group, right here I have two controls with main win PID and the the C area, which is the what is this? Control group. This is a control. Control text. Control value is 1. Type is C text. Bank is -1. -1 is your default bank. Because this is banked memory and there's actually syscalls you can do to see how much banked memory you got. You have to cast this to a short because the SAC compiler doesn't do promotion very well. So CD text is your address or extended data record. So your address of your extended data record is your control text 1 and the CD text 1. The CD text 1 is up here. It's control text. It isn't just the text, it is the extended data record. You have your text, you have your color, your background color of the text, and your alignment of the text. So it's your extended data record. Then you have your X and Y position, which you can change, and then you have your width and stuff. And that is a control. For some reason there's some unused short at the end. But notice that the address, the address needs to be C area. That's because this is my first control. Well, the thing is, I want to do menus, but I think a menu is a kind of control. So I think basically what happens is you have to have your number of, because each control struct is the same number of bytes wide. You use this, how many controls do you have? You give the address of the first one, so it can then, the compiler can then stride through and put the necessary data in. I don't have, let me just move the menus down here just to make sure, or just to, here, I'm going to move them down here below these controls. So it'll still only be the color box and the text, but we'll see what happens. So we're going to save. We're going to compile. It compiled. We're going to pop the logic sim right into here. We're going to replace it. We're going to save the disk image. And we're going to boot the emulator. Okay, we're in. Let's go in here. That's fine. We are going to logic sim. Look at that. I have my menus. I have entry 1 and entry 2. And then if I do WASD, I can move things around. And you can see I have a status bar. Dude, this is awesome. It works. Okay, so this is all cool. Let us make this to be file. And then I want this to be gates. Okay. Main menu, file, main menu, gates, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Apparently, SCC only has 12 characters per variable, so that's something to take note. Let's look for menus. Advanced topics, toolbars. Windows can have a simple toolbar region if the property.tool height is greater than 0. This specifies the vertical height in pixels of the toolbar region, which is plotted just below the title bar and menu bar present. So there's the menu bar and then there's the title bar. So actually, I probably don't want gates. I probably want like edit or something like that. And then I want a toolbar. Toolbar, base, X multiplier, nope, Mescock rule. The control group data record toolbar is structurally identical to the main control group data record for the window, including the need for a C area control to fill the background of the toolbar, but is registered in the Windows.toolbar property instead of a .control property. Refreshing the toolbar must be done with when redraw toolbar instead of when redraw, and the user events will be passed back to disk act toolbar type instead of disk act content type. So toolbar is essentially another form inside of a form. Let's not worry about that quite yet. Let's say okay, I know what's going on. Basically what's going on is, again, this is SCC making a lot of assumptions about your stuff. So you have to have, in order for your number of items, see, watch here, I'll just show it. So I'm gonna build it. This is kind of crazy, the amount of assumptions that this compiler needs to make. We're gonna drag logic sim over here. Again, for any of you just watching here, yo, Daisuke Danny, bro cooking tonight. Hope you have a good stream. Thanks, Daisuke, man. Yeah, I'm trying to basically port logic sim, which I have on the Altair, I'm trying to port it to Symbos, the graphical Z80 operating system. Multitasking. In fact, I have an emulator for it right here. This right here is running on the Zilog Z80. And right now I'm just trying to figure out how to make Windows, because this graphical, see, I have a window here. Oh, I know why it didn't work. Here, let's try that. Let's go here. We gotta save it. There, now I can boot it. I gotta save my drive after I edit it. There, look at that. So I'm moving text around using WASD. I have two file. Actually, supposedly Alt Tab works. No, that didn't work. Maybe it'd work on my actual physical machine, but Alt Tab just does Windows. Basically, there's two items on the menu bar. Okay. And that's because I have 2 items in the menu bar, and because there's 2, it needs to render 2 items. So when the thing compiles, it will literally put these structs in line, and it's up to the windowing system of Symbos to read. So see, this is how it does it. Now, basically, I could do in transfer, the underscore transfer is put this memory in a transfer block. There's a 16 kilobyte block of transfer memory. There's a 16 kilobyte block of data memory, and then the rest is code memory, which you can only have 64K of. There are ways of extending it. It's a nightmare. SCC is a wonderful compiler, but it's not the perfect compiler. I honestly will say I probably prefer Aztec C to this. But this is ANSI compliant, NCC compliance. That's really nice. Main sub. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Main sub. Main sub menu equals 3. Okay. We'll do 3. So then we could say something like CV 2, 3, 2, 3. These are IDs. Let's see, new, open, save. Right, let's do that. Main sub, new. Main sub, open. Main sub, save. Okay. So then it looks like I have to have file as a sub menu. So I have to have it active and as a menu sub menu. Oh, look, I can have a separator. That's fun. Submenu, so file, and then I need to have a port. A port. I need to cast an address unsigned short, because remember, this is 64. This is 8-bit. Sorry, 16-bit memory space. So memory addresses, even though it's in a banked 1 megabyte RAM, you're gonna have only 64K each. Main submenu, and it's, there you go. Okay, and then let's do a transfer menu, gates, submenu, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Equals, let's do 3. Let's do 3 for right now. Let's try to get 3 gates in here. let's say and or XOR. Okay, so I was thinking about this. I'm probably going to be using the names and or and XOR a lot. So I was wondering maybe I could like literally put them in a lookup table to save data. Okay, there we go. Let's try compiling this. Okay. We need to make a shortcut. Let's save it. Oh, Desp, what is that? Let us make a new shortcut. Let's browse for it. I did. Hey, don't you say I didn't ping. I did. There we go. See, look at that. I have stuff. I have stuff. Look at that. Okay. Let me check. I don't even understand. It's I'm sorry, man. You didn't miss much. I only pinged you. I started 15 minutes ago. But yeah. So basically, now what I want to do is I have submenus. I have menus and submenus. Now what I want to do is I want to click on a submenu item and then change the status text. So let's first work on status text. So we're going to scroll all the way up here. Okay. We're going to do status. Oh, anything with the engine? I did. I got it running at work, but unfortunately I ran into the problem of my work being stupid and not allowing me to install anything, so npm couldn't install like firewall. I had to like send in a ticket to say, and I did. I sent in a ticket to say I need to install npm, which is really stupid because I was able to install other stuff on there that I'm not supposed to. So basically, I go here. The menu struct is main menu. Main menu. Okay, so I need a struct for a status bar text. Okay. Cool. The toolbar does seem really interesting. Yeah, it really does suck. The toolbar does seem interesting. It's just the toolbar is a completely separate form. It's like a form inside of a form. In WPF or whatever, that'd be really easy to do, but this is rough. I'm doing this in code, folks. There's no what you see is what you get editor. That would be a very fun project to do. But yeah. So, okay. Status. Do I have status bar showing? I do have status bar showing. Separate routines, so drawing the menu, toolbar, and status bar. Yeah, okay. Logic's so important, Symbos. I am trying. we're doing baby steps. We're doing graphical, like real graphical stuff, which is this is essentially Borland C. Borland C's implementation of windowing. I mean, it's everyone's version of windowing, but the Macintosh SE had this sort of version where you have an ID of your window, an ID of your control, and a structure of your control, and yeah, there's there's no malloc or free or anything like that here. You can, but it's not going to do what you want it to do. There's actually mem-free, mem-alloc, there's because of banking and all that. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep looking. Let's keep looking for the fabled status text bar. Nope. Radio. Nope. Checkbox says radio. Nope. We're gonna try making graphics, and we're gonna try converting them, and we're gonna try having them draw in my program tonight. Status is the status bar address of status text chart title address of status text. Oh, you know what I can do? I can do this. I can do this. Here, let me do this. Look up table for gate names. So let's do char and text equals and let's try this. It might be stupid and say you are inside of a main function. Integer conversion resulted in truncation. What does that even mean? What? What does this mean? Oh, right. There we go. Pointers, dude. Frickin' pointers. And because this just wants a pointer, I can just do this. What? Must evaluate to a constant? Well, never mind, folks. I guess not. I guess it can't. So status bar just must be like zero. So then what if I do something like, okay. How do I detect if a menu item is clicked? Okay, let's look at this. Okay. MSR disk W click, which this is being checked. So if the first one is checked, then basically I need to do case. This is so hard, folks. Don't ever do this. Make sure you stick to your visual programming. Stick to your Visual Studio or something. This is actually ridiculous. Okay. message 2. Yep, that's what we're looking at. Close, but let's do menu. Case disk act menu. Okay. I tried finding your GitHub again and found a repo made by you, made 11 years ago. What did I make? Was that like a rocket repo? Because I did rocketry for a bit, and I wish I could again. I just didn't have space, and it started getting really dangerous. Like the size of rocket. I mean, the rockets weren't huge, but like they were dangerous for me. Was it the rocket repository? 11 years ago. CMD Rogue. Yeah. Hey folks, let's take a trip down memory lane. Do I not have CMD Rogue? Come on, I have CMD Rogue. Hang on. Hang on, I got CMD Rogue. Let's move this. CMD Rogue is a roguelike that I made in MS-DOS batch. And I've always been meaning... no, you don't have you don't have your own folder. I don't know what you saw. Lol. But yeah, and this uses arrow keys. And I've always been meaning to go back to this. Like, oh god. I don't know why. Oh, it looks like I have some debugging flags on. So I kill a monster, I kill him. Also, if you look, see, okay, here, see how he's been like following me? And if I go down, template.bat is not recognized as a file. Well, that's sad. Basically, what I wanted to happen was the monsters would have a random walk if they're greater than 6 tiles away from you. And if they were less than 6 or greater than 3, they would have a 50% chance of moving towards you. But if they were 3 or less, they would move right towards you. Yeah, I guess I just tried changing stuff and I never fixed it. But like, let me open it up in Notepad++. Oh my god. This is it. Like, it's really not long in the grand scheme of things. Like, it really isn't, now that I look at it. This thing, I started programming this in 2012. Wow. But, so this is the main file, but there's generators for like different mazes, different floor levels. There's, I really tried to make this like C, like a C-like batch file program. Right, the search for U is actually using the Pythagorean theorem. So it's a radius, it's not a square. I really should go back into programming this because it was a really fun project. It really was. Anyway. Yo, anyone else who's watching, please comment. Why are you watching? Why did you click on, what made you click on my video? On my stream? I wonder if Gemini might shut a port of it onto my engine. I mean, it could, because it's just a roguelike. It's really just a roguelike. In fact, it's a roguelike that I wanted to model after Doom RL because I was infatuated with Doom RL. In fact, I still am. But I'm kind of upset with how Doom RL is going these days. I think it's, in the name of accessibility, they have ruined some core mechanics. Anyway, a control's been clicked and modified with now. I don't think I can do nested. Can I do nested switch statements? I don't think so. So message 3, if message sim message 3 equals wait, message 8 is the control ID? Control ID. It does have the Doom music in the repo. I wanted to do like, yeah, but that's not even the Doom music. I mean, it is the Doom music, but it's from Doom RL. I don't know if they changed the midis at all, but it's, yeah, I was shameless in ripping it. I wanted it to be just like Doom the roguelike. If equals disk sub mouse left click. Now, message 8 is going to define the which one I have clicked. Value to return when clicked, or address of submenu. Value to return when clicked. I want to say Windows can have main menus if their when menu flag is set and the menu property points to the menu struct similar to above. Menus can also be opened independently, so menu context system call. Right, you can open a menu if you click something else. Menu icon is set. The string must begin with the 5-byte inline image control code representing an 8-by-8 icon that will be plotted before the entry. So I can do icons, I just gotta do like crazy shit. Entries and separator line, submenu, menu checked, menu active. Okay, let's try this. Wait, does that mean... I have to do this. 4, 5, 6. So basically, each one is going to have its own one. Okay, let's try this. Then basically, trying to one-shot it right now, nice. I mean, you're just going to get a roguelike, so. Or 1 dot status equals and text. What if I do the to-do? Go for it, dude. Do the to-do. Else if you could one-shot it, that'd be pretty funny, not gonna lie. I mean, it'd be disheartening, but it would be funny. There we go. Let's try building it. Let's try moving it over. I added a lot of documentation today too, by the way. That's pretty dope, man. That's pretty dope. Documentation is like the worst to do. It's like the most boring shit. I have like 3,700 lines of just comments in that code base, and 1,200 of that is just the engine itself. How much of this engine have you written yourself, and how much have you just used Gemini? Okay, folks, let's try this out. This isn't working. So the render code is 100% Gemini, and everything else is like 20% Gemini. I don't like renderer stuff, I understand. Nothing's printing. Value to return when clicked. Also, there's no example that has a menu given to me, so I can't just look at it. Compared to list box, menus are comparatively simple. We define a menu using menu struct directly followed by a series of menu entry structs. Okay, makes sense. What the hell does this even mean? Value of the associated with a clicked entry. Int to message to value associated with the clicked entry. MSR disk menu context. The user has clicked or canceled an open context menu. Is there a scroll to main menu? So these are close button has been clicked. Menu. A menu option has been clicked, with 8 being control has been clicked and modified. Control ID. The control has been clicked and modified. A menu option has been clicked. Case action menu. If message 3 equals no, this doesn't make any sense. I totally screwed this up. Basically, I was looking at the one below it, and it's actually not how it works. Message 8 is just literally the thing. Menu 8 is sysmessage 8 is literally just what I need to check. Content is something else completely. Control ID. That's like if I hit a button or something. It's not a menu item. I probably need to boot this. Oh, okay. File not found. Why is it not found? Oh, it must be because of this. Okay. Yeah, I have 3 failed one-shots. Yo, are you using the OpenAI site? Because, like, Google, like, Gemini 2.5 thinking, I think actually doesn't have 50 prompts, like 50 question prompts anymore. And you can have more than 3 open prompts at once, or 3 open, like, threads at once. Let's move that around, that's good. Why is this not working? Okay. Okay. Something's not working. 0 is none. Here, let me show you. Look. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open prompts instead of just like it was only 3 available. You can have more than that now. Let's try that. Click the history button. Oh. Am I just stupid? I think I'm just stupid. I thought you could only have 3 prompts. Okay. Oh my god. That is so stupid. Like, I can't, like, watch. I have to, like, load the correct drive. There, now it's loaded. Now can I don't even understand. I don't understand why this doesn't work. I could probably mount, like, the, my F drive as a separate thing to just drag and drop things on. In fact, I'm going to try that. Yeah, let's try it. Why is this not working? Am I just... Let's try this. I just want status bar text. That's all I want. That's all I want is just status bar text right now. Okay, hello. Okay. Okay. So it literally is just that. Now, what's strange is because this, yeah, just a status text, I'm pretty sure I can just put an address of text in there, right? Type mismatch. Must evaluate to a constant. I don't think const does anything. Okay. This is just becoming silly at this point. We're now down to just compiler quirks, or either that or I just don't understand the difference between a pointer to a string and an array. It's all a pointer, dude. I guess it's a little different to the compiler. Okay. Okay. Why? Is this not working? Why is this not working? If sim message equals 8 equals 4, form 1 status equals or text. I'm literally at the point where I'm just mixing and matching pointers. Like, because I'm not really sure what's going on. try this. Symbos. I like how they have like network help. Oh, I like how I. Here, let's try this. Apparently, I can also use. I can use the AS and linker, the assembler and linker of SEC as an on-device assembler and linker. I love that. I just don't know the assembly syntax to use. So, yeah. I guess I'll open up a GitHub help about that. Okay, I'm trying to change things, but it's not working. So Gemini can't do it. Why can't Gemini do it? Is it just giving you conceptual code now? It's not giving you like real code? Like you'd think it could, because like it is the machine. It shouldn't have a say. Let's just try changing it right here. The architecture is too different, it doesn't understand. If I just told it to make a roguelike with the same features and stuff, it probably would work. What are you saying? It can't make it an MS-DOS batch? I thought you said it, or you're trying in TypeScript. No, porting from batch to my TypeScript game engine. It is very different, and you'd have to. I would be surprised if Gemini could understand like the difference between exclamation points and percent signs for variables, and when you would use those and when you wouldn't, because you need enabled delayed expansion to use those, and it's not hard to understand. It's just I feel like it'd be very hard for an AI for a language model to keep track of. So folks, this doesn't work. Form1.status doesn't seem to work. Wait, hang on. Did it say something about having to Did it say something about having to manually redraw? I have to redraw. Hang on. Okay, so you have to redraw the status. When redraw status, when ID. Let me try this. I might just not have been redrawing the status bar. Possibly. My God, I wanted to fix this. We got it, folks. I just had to redraw the status bar. That was it. I'm now able to tell which one you were doing. Okay. Okay. So let us do okay, here we go. Menu icon. So let's try seeing if I can add a menu icon to this at all. Wait, how do I? Entry begins with an icon symbols for and up only allowed in drop-down menus, not in a Windows top-level menu. So I can only do an icon for a drop-down menu? Well, that's fucking stupid. Okay, well that's a shame. To use the graphics library, use the graphics. So this is actually, yeah. Creating canvases, blah 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 blah. Pixel value line. This is drawing directly onto a canvas. I don't think that's what I want. This is basically I think what I want is I want a control that is a sprite. Although I may need to this is how you convert sprites XOR masks or masks load. You load the file name to the buffer, load graphic this asset file for it. So basically I can make a sprite sheet of the, you make some food, baby. See you, Desp, don't worry. You know what, actually, Desp? I'm gonna follow you and I'm gonna grab my salad. I'm back. You have 40 minutes to the Roots restaurant to get this stuff tonight. Is it worth it? Once in a while, I think. It's surprisingly good salad, I think. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not something I normally do. There's a lot of food though. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. It's got chicken in it. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Well, basically, I just want to make an image, like an icon, and just move it around. Let's try looking around. So what do I got? What do I got to work with in terms of controls? If the only thing I have is controls. Desktop, WinDraw, that's all fine. Handling events, I don't care. Don't care, not yet. Reading your thing, that's good. Control area. So you have a control area. You have text. You have text font. So you could load an entire font sheet, which is nuts. Your text control, which is not just text. Frame, which is a rectangular frame. make a progress bar. Image displays a standard image for color. Image F4 color SGX format only. Parameter address of data image. C image extension displays an image with an extended graphics header. And these are all controls. No. Control text. One moment. Oh my god, there's so much data to like, so much stuff to control reference. Okay, so I would make a control, and the type would be C image extension. Okay. But then I would do this, the address of this struct. So this would be AND gate. Okay. And then this would be transfer header. Friggin' oh, sorry, data, because this is just data. Image header, and gate image. Okay, we'll do that. Equals. Okay. So and then a control I will actually say I want 3 controls. Area, text, and then image. Friggin' and gate control. And then this will be this. Yeah. '24. Displays an image with the extended graphics header. See the graphics library. Parameter address, extended graphics header. Extended graphics are complicated but follow applying existing color images and breaking up. Let's not do extended graphics. Let's just do C image. Because I only need 4 colors anyway. So this is standard image. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, graphics library. This will convert. Bro, how would I earn money from coding as a beginner? Vandit Chandra, of unspecified nationality. Um, how old are you? And are you in the United States? I don't know anywhere else, unfortunately. I have no knowledge of their laws or regulations. But in the U.S., you have to be 18. Sorry. You got to be 16 to work. Most companies here would not ever hire a 16-year-old if it was the last person on their list for code. Not because they think 16-year-olds can't code. It's because 16-year-olds don't are not steeped in company culture. They do not really have the ideas of responsibility and stuff hammered into them, and they have no idea like how to create production ready code. I would say internship. And when I say internship, I don't necessarily always mean like looking online and looking for programming internship to start. Definitely do that. But other times it's literally going down to like your just down the street and finding a small programming firm. They exist. Surprise, like they do exist. I'm not saying your area has them, but they do exist, and say, hey, I would like to start work. Here's my portfolio. And you might be worried, oh shit, what is my portfolio going to look like? I don't have any work. I don't like, but you do have work. You have code that you have written yourself. You have projects you have made yourself, passion projects, games, just stupid tools you've made, anything like that. Websites, hell, not even code. You could say, like, for me, I was like, yo, I'm very passionate about graphing calculators. You know, I make games for graphing calculators, and here's my graphing calculators. Don't they look really cool? And sometimes the passion alone is enough to get you where you want to be, especially for programming. I see that a lot for programming. Passion is not number one, but it's definitely number 2 or 3. You need to be passionate, and if you express your passion for what you do, then they are more willing to listen to you, to this company. And then you have to wonder, what do you want to do with your with the job? Do you want to just make cool shit and get paid for it? By all means, hey, I want to do that. But go for it. Find a job that'll let you do that. The last job I had, basically got paid to play around with cool toys, like Raspberry Pis and the latest and greatest microcontrollers, and seeing what they could do and all that. I didn't appreciate the job enough, and I really wish I did. But maybe you're tired of writing hobby level code and you want to bring your programming to the next level. You want to write code that is readable, that is stable, that is repeatable, that is testable. That's kind of what I want to do. I'm not saying hobby code is bad. Hobby code isn't bad at all. It always has its place. It's just I want to program like I know how to program, essentially. So yeah, Vandit, there's many avenues, but those avenues generally are internships, and they aren't always paid. Unfortunately, they're not always paid. Many are, but many aren't. And you're looking at a tech slump right now. I'm not saying don't go look for a job. Definitely go look for a job, but you're not guaranteed a tech job like you were in 2016, unfortunately. Especially when you're young. you have an uphill battle, but it's definitely not insurmountable. Definitely not. Let me try. You know what, folks? Here. Okay. So converts into 4 colors. Only default 16. M converts alpha channel sprite mask. O output file name. C is C source file instead of SGX. Let's say a C file. And let's say I want and.png. And I want it to be 24 by 24, okay? Let's do that, folks. So I'm going to go to here. Going to bin I want to make a new bitmap image. There. And gate. Cool. Okay, folks. Let us get to drawing. Let's say I want I want 24 by 24. Okay. My God, I do not want a brush. I want a there. Let's make. Oh my God. How do I show the grid? There. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I nailed it. Okay, boys. Okay. Um, hmm. I am trying to draw an AND gate here. Okay. Okay, folks. Now let's try converting it. To the C file. I could probably like compress this and then just make it better. $147. Okay. Let's try compiling this. 27. What? Why is this? Oh, hang on. Hang on. Right. There. Let's try that. Okay. No, I don't want to open. Okay, save this. Huh. So I have it drawn, but it's not really what I want. Hmm. Okay, that didn't work at all. What did I? This might be impossible, but I kind of want to port my game engine to C++. Well, I mean, I don't think it's impossible, but yeah, that's pretty rough. Why is the image bill supposed to be 198? I'm really confused. Like with reflections, magic, and stuff, probably would be fine because of the way the engine does on its own. Yeah. Also, you'd have to be like, what are you going to be using? Are you going to be using like what is your biggest thing is actually going to be what is your window manager? Like, what are you using for graphics? Are you using OpenGL? Because if you're using OpenGL, you're just going to be writing what everything else has been written. But like, if you want to do your own memory buffer, well, that's pretty kind of freaky. You've essentially made WebGL, but running on your CPU. No, not the plugin stuff. No, I mean the engine itself. Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. This, by the way, everything is serializable, and I could technically just have the engine itself in C++ and still have plugins in TypeScript. Well, it'd be horrendous. That'd be hilarious. So this, by the way, is the image conversion tool that was given to us for Symbos. It looks horrendous. Just saying. Looks like if I did do I honestly, it really does. Symbos, 4 colors. Okay, let's try this out. My God. Um, okay, now I think what I need to do is go in HXD and then open this up in it. And then basically take this, copy it, '93. I'm going to find a space. I'm going to change it to comma space 0x. Space, space, place all. Try compiling it. Um, Honestly, it would just be better in C++ because it would support more platforms instead of just spun in browsers. Yeah, I mean, honestly. Okay, folks, let's try this out. Look at that, folks. Look at that. Look at that. We have an AND gate. We have an AND gate. Now, the background of this is supposed to be orange or something. I'm not really sure why it's not. We're going to try this again. We're going to try this. Okay. So far, the build is only 6 kilobytes. I'll probably have SGX files as like includes. I won't have it as a C file, so I won't have it as like stored file, like stored code. Hmm. Oh. I don't know why it doesn't want to do yellow background. I don't know why it does color white and blue. That might be like a 16 color mode problem. I'm really not sure. So there's that. But that can be later. That can be a later problem. What I want to see now is, can I click and drag this thing? Let me look at the control struct again. Control ID or return value. So these need to have different control IDs. Okay. Control. So let's look at the mouse click. Content. A control has been clicked or modified. Okay. Case, disk, act, content. So this is if a control has been clicked. If sim message 3 equals disk. And this is the char buffer message that gets sent every time something happens on the Windows form, essentially. It's a status byte array. So Toothpick Creations, I'm trying to port my Logic Sim, which is my Logic Gate simulator, from the Altair 8800, which was text-based, or like it was command-based, VI command-based, on an Intel 8080 chip, programmed in C, and I have to fit it within 56K of RAM. I'm trying to port it to Symbos, which is this, which is a, I don't know why I'm missing my widgets here. Don't worry about it. I'm trying to port it to an 8-bit operating system for the Z80, but it's multitasking, it's graphical, and it's Windows, unless it's the Windows based, like windowing based OS, all running on the Z80. Right now, I have this. I only have text being able to be moved with WASD, and have an AND gate being drawn to the screen. And I can change my status text down here. So yeah, that's what's going on. I'm just trying to port it, so I basically want to be able to drag and drop these things, these gates, and then connect them up with like simple click, 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 and then run. And then I want you to be able to run your simulation. That's what I want to do. Specifically logic gate simulation. Running anything other than just pure Boolean logic will require a lot deeper knowledge of like electronics and stuff that I just don't have. I would love to learn, and probably will do, and probably will learn. It's just a whole other problem. Basically, and also right now, is I'm trying to be able to click and drag my AND gate around. Yeah, and I'm reading the Symbos programming sort of tutorial here. It's not tutorial, it's just the README. And I'm just going through it and seeing what do I need to do to make things happen. This is a very It's not an esoteric OS. It's just not very well used. It's not used a whole lot, and I want this to be used so much more. It has like a web browser. You can play video, music, do pictures, do so many things. There's a PDP-8 emulator, graphical emulator for it that works really well. And I just want to program for it, and I kind of want to daily drive it. I want it to be one of my daily drivers. My Altera is a daily driver. I want this to be another daily driver. Anyway, if left mouse button clicked, so if the left mouse button is clicked, if sim message 8 equals 2, which is the AND gate, here we go. Clicked gate equals clicked gates. Okay. And then here I will do, well, I would have to do some custom build tools and stuff for the same developer experience, code gen based on the args. Yeah. If clicked gate, then I will do, I'm going to update that controls X and Y position. I will do and gate control. This is just nuts, dude. Dot looking for control struct X and Y equals int, oh god, mouse X hang on, no. There should be a syscall for this. The utility function determines whether the mouse click is a start and drag and drop operation, just normal click. After taking a click, okay, here we go. Mouse X minus all right. Form1.x I'm going to try this. Basically, I will get the mouse's Y position, subtract the Form 1's X and Y position. It'll be a click and a click to move and a click to drop. Okay, Desp, hurry up. I'm gonna try it out. I'm not gonna try clicking and dragging, at least not yet. There's no reason to. I don't know what happened to my widgets. Okay, let's try it. What? Wait. I don't know what's happening. Basically, I have a bool. Hang on. Well, okay, this isn't really working the way I thought this would work, but okay. Go piss. You know what? So we know that this works. Form 1 dot clicked. What? What does this mean, invalid value? What is going on? Why can I not just make what? Not a valid initializer. Missing semicolon. Okay, folks, I think I'm gonna call it here. Next time, we're going to try to do drag and drop. I'm just completely lost on what is going on. Like, oh, okay, I guess I have to have it in the transfer? I guess it's just that. Every programming session ever, yeah, seriously. form1 dot status equals buff. That could just be set once, and I could just change what buff contains. Um, okay. Looks important, but every bug that doesn't break functionality stays in. No, Desp, I'm sorry, I won't do that for this. I want this to be an actually usable program that can be, put up on the website. Basically, what's happening is I'm only reporting the mouse X and Y. How would there even be bugs in that if they don't break functionality? Dude, I want it to look nice. I want it to look nice. Like, looking nice is functionality. So basically, I want to click and drag. So like, shouldn't this work? Mouse X. Wait, but mouse X was... Wait a minute. Hang on, folks. Something's fishy. Look, I'm going to click and drag my mouse left and right. But if I move up and down, mouse X is being changed because that's what I'm doing. Okay, I found a bug in their code. I need to put that on a that's not a bug, that's literally what's happened. That's just Okay. That issue is just someone being fucking stupid and not reading the freaking manual, which I actually did this time. I'm proud of myself. It's switched. It's switched. When I move up and down, it's reading, and left and right. They both report Y. No. It's not YX, not YY. It's just YY. New issue. Mouse X and mouse Y both report mouse Y. Absolutely wild bug lol, but makes these functions essentially unusable in terms of also they only seem to, well, let's read the code before we say it won't, like basically it will only update if I click. Update on a mouse click or when cool. Okay, so I will have to, basically at this point I can't click and drag. I have to just click and then have it attached. I'll click it and then click it to the new position. Click it to the new position. Click it to the new position. Okay. Here. If clicked gate equals 0, then basically and gate control X equals and this is probably the one I want anyway. like how you have the linter, and it's basically a lot of errors, but it's pretty functional. Okay, so I don't know what's going on here. The linter is garbage because it doesn't know what to do with these transfer data encode segment headers. If you know what to do, how to fix that, please let me know because I would love to fix that. This just basically tells SCC where to put it in memory. I don't know what it's called. It's like, think of like const or static. It's like that. Here we go. This is what it is. Basically, you could just disable the linter. All this stuff would work fine. How do you disable the linter? Huh. Yeah. Okay, basically what's happening is I'm checking to see, first I need to see if I click, I need to see, yeah, I see one through right now. Hang on, I'm just trying to think here. I first click, I need to see if I click on then do this. Else if clicked gate equals, there we go. Let's try that. Let's try that. The error messages of this compiler definitely aren't the same as like your standard GCC. Okay. Here. Okay, so now basically I want to click here. I know what to do. Maybe I should probably just do this. Control, comma, search, control, comma, search, clang tidy. Okay. What is this? Basically, you know how you have like static or const or register? I want to add transfer data and code to that list. Is essentially what I want to do. I'll have to search CPP then. I'll have to. I'll have to. I'll have to do this later. This is quite a rabbit hole. Basically, I just want this to work. Have to. Oh my god. You need to be kicked. Okay. Symbos. Well, look at that. Aside from the first little screw up where it is clicked but it's not. Click here and I want to move it there. And then let's say, whoops. You gonna be your bin really quick? Okay. Well, I'm just tidying this up just to make this look like it works. Isn't that what coding is? Just making it look like it works. Here's unit test when you have eyes. Literally. I don't know why it keeps missing. It might be because, like, I think it's missing because I don't know why it's missing, but it's missing because something. Look, it's missing because of something. Like, click. There's a non-zero chance it won't move until I have to click again. Like, look, it didn't move. Now it moved. See, watch. Like. Okay, there. I was not showing. But basically, yeah, it wouldn't move. It doesn't move every single time. But yeah. So we have basic graphics working. I don't know why the background color doesn't work correctly. So we need to fix background color. We need to do drag and drop. We need to drag and drop. It should be. Well, I mean, if mouse X and mouse Y even worked, then, you know. Basically, if you weren't watching that, I was having the problem where it works. Like, okay, right there, I clicked, but it didn't update. See, like, it's not updating. There we go. Click, 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 click. Well, it's doing it now. It's just before it wasn't always. It wasn't always. It wasn't always updating when it clicked. So you have a logger, or it's possible to have a logger or not. Have to test through the UI. Is it possible to have a logger or not and have to test through the UI? What does that mean? Just like send like click commands? The hitbox isn't big enough, but the hitbox is something I can't control. That's really not something I can control at all. Oh, there it happened. I clicked it and it didn't update. It didn't move it that click. I think what's happening is I'm meaning log on to the UI. I could. It's just creating a hole to control. Oh, CLI logger. I could probably have like the status bar do it, or just have text in the background do it, or spin up a new window and have it logging in that way. Try the edges. Well, yeah, the edges are like hard to click, but I wouldn't say that's a problem, because if you're trying to click a gate, I mean, I'm gonna expect you to like you're gonna click the gate. Yeah. You're gonna like click the gate and it'll work. Basically, what I want to do next time or tomorrow or whatever is that if I click like and XOR and OR, I will then have something following my cursor and I can then place it. Or I click it and then I will place one. I will place one. Just wondering because all the times I saw it looked like I wanted to actually, it wasn't actually on the gate or on the edge. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, it is. Remember that the command line interface and the windowing interface are two completely different beasts on this OS? Just like they're on every OS, but especially this one. So logging will be kind of a bitch. And it's not like, I want to do label that text. You have to do everything in code. There's no drag and drop a label from a menu in the editor and then there's your label text. Not yet. That'd be really cool for that to happen. But yeah. Well, I think that has been pretty successful, and I will try to do this again. Possibly tomorrow night or Saturday night. Tomorrow night or Saturday night, I think. I'd like to try just a little bit and get gates being placed on here and then clicking and moving them around. I think that'd be super fun. And then you just link them up and there you go. Yeah. I might have to convert everything to like the sprite sheet. Like everything to like graphics and like make it do a canvas and yeah. But that'll be next time's problem. I'm gonna try the C++ thing with CodeGen. Nice. Well, I'm out. It was good time having you guys, and I will see you next time.